Howdy folks, Brother Jim reporting here, and going to be talking about YouTube and how does it censor, and followed by the news. So first thing I wanted to show you is how bad they're destroying my channel that they so-called reinstated by my manager. Okay, so if you just go over here as I show you to recent subscribers, it says last 90 days, that people have subscribed to my channel, and it shows you when you click on it, there's just 2. Okay, so I have been back for about a week and a half, something like the 14th or something like that. Okay, so my channel was totally wiped out, and they decided to bring it back on YouTube. Okay, with 25,000 subscribers. So since then, I've lost about 57 subscribers. I think it's 57. Okay, so that's not really what I lost, though. Okay, there's a couple things going on here. And I'm not here to whine about this. I am here to expose YouTube and their big fat lies of agenda. Because I've already told you that the only way the Antichrist and Satan manifested in the flesh is going to happen is by 2 things. First thing, in that 7 years of great tribulation, there has to be 2/3 of the people are going to die because they rejected the mark of the beast. I'm sorry, 2/3 of the people are going to be cut off and die, as Zechariah 13, 8-10 says, because they took the mark of the beast. So 1/3 of the people will not take the mark of the beast and be beheaded for their witness of Jesus, Revelation 12:11. Now, how does this come about? Well, who does the beheading is radical Islam, mainly. Not solely, but mainly, because their religion was made up by modern Babylon, straight from the pit of hell about 1,500 years ago. I'm not going to go through all that. I've already proved it in prior videos that the whole hoax was made up by Rome and the Roman Catholic Church. And we have a witness, a Jesuit priest, recanted Jesuit priest, Alberto Rivera, who actually said the whole story, how it came from Cardinal Bia way back about 70 years ago. Okay, so you have to have Satan's henchmen killing the saints of God in that period. Okay, that is God's will, because those saints, they're not the church. They did not get right with God and prove themselves worthy before the day of the rapture. So they must prove themselves worthy by having the witness of Jesus in that 7 years of great tribulation and being beheaded. Now, in the church age, which is still now, you don't have to be beheaded. You can prove you are worthy to be taken up on the day of the rapture. But people just don't care much about that, you see. So that's the whole thing of the rapture, that we avoid God's wrath that comes by the Antichrist and Satan. Okay, so you must have propaganda or a change of all truth turning into lie and all the lies turning into truth in order to bring on this 7 years of great tribulation. So the second thing to understand is you must have communism worldwide in every nation. This is the only, communism is all about total control of the people. You have many different ways they're going to control you: by the mark of the beast, by digital money, which they want to roll out, and it isn't here yet, you see. So all these things need to come about, and they do it by propaganda. Propaganda means the truth is turned into a lie and the lie is turned into truth. So that's exactly what they're doing with my channel again at YouTube. Okay, so did I get 2 subscribers in the last 2 weeks that I've been back or so? No, I happen to know my whole family, my wife, and about 10 others in the family all subscribed. Now it does say only includes users who have made their subscriptions public. You have to turn off your subscriptions to turn off from public view in order for that to happen, okay? So if you click on all of in the lifetime, and now it shows all the people that were subscribed to me years ago, over 5 years ago, okay? See? So you see none of my family is there, you see? Including my wife. My wife is not even showing up on the subscription list, you see? So this proves that they are, number one, stealing subscriptions from me. Now, how much? Well, it says right here that I lost 55. I know you can barely see that. 55 in the last 28 days. I've only been back 2 weeks. So not only that, but when I had my channel before, I know I'm probably getting at least 100 or 200 subscribers per day. In order to get that number of negative 55 in the last 28 days, what they are doing is they're throwing subs away. And I just proved it to you because my whole family's not even subscribed, even though they just subscribed about a week and a half ago. You see? They would have been on there. So there's 2 things that are going. Another thing that's going on here is I have it checked in my settings, and I don't need to show you that I am to be notified when I get a new subscriber. Well, I've gotten 0 notifications of new subscribers to my email. 0. That means they turned it off to not let me know who's subscribing to my channel. Why would they do that? Because they're trying to stop me from making a video like this to prove they are doing major censoring, you see? So if I knew how many subscribers were coming in and seeing them fall off, then I could prove easily, like I did in the past, that they are taking and stealing my subscriptions, you see? And not only that, but these minus 55 in the last 28 days just came as soon as I opened up my channel again. Why would people just unsubscribe to my channel when it just got opened up to the public again? It's not happening. It's all a lie, you see? So, I happen to know also, if you look at my content here, it says right here on my first one, I have only 309 views, the Welcome Back Saints and Patriots, and I have 60 likes, but only 309 views. In the past, I've always looked at what is my percentage of people that thumb up my videos, and it's almost always 10% of my total views. Well, do you think that 60 likes compared to 309 views is 10%? No, it's closer to about 18%. Why? Because the views are far lower also than what is actual. They're chopping away my views massively too. So they're doing several things. They're stealing subs. They're not notifying you when I make a video. Those 25,000 subscriptions, they have not notified anyone that I made any videos. That's why nobody's listening. Nobody even knows I'm back hardly. A very, very small fraction, maybe 1/100th of the subscribers who have been subscribed to my channel know that I am back. They want to make sure my mouth is shut. The views are a lie too. They're not showing the total views. They've done that before. I proved it on Social Blade. You can look up your channel on socialblade.com. That is YouTube's pilot website to show all the stats, 100% live subscribers coming in, views coming in, everything live. Okay, and I showed before on prior videos how they are just stealing my subs, and they would like steal 2 subs every time I get 1 subscriber. I would see this subscriber come in, then chop it down by 2 so they could destroy my channel. They did it with 2 channels. Okay, actually more than that, but anyway, so the point here is, again, you look at the second video I made, I got 42 likes, but only 246 views. That's far more than 10% right there. That's almost 18, 20% again. So my views would have been probably 500. And that's without even telling anyone I'm back. People have to search for me. Do you know how many people, if you look over here in community, no, not here, community, content, no, analytics. If you look over here in analytics, it will tell you where your views are coming from. So now here it says 55, but I think if I click here, it shows me. Yeah, well, this is not the exact one, but it will show you all the places that my views are coming from. People searching for my videos online, okay? Well, if my channel had 25,000 subscribers, don't you think most of those people would have been notified they'd be listening? Of course. You see, but when you actually, I can't remember exactly where it is here. Let's see. Traffic source. There it is. Okay? Now, so if you look at this traffic source of people clicking on my videos, you see where it's coming from. Yeah, playlist, YouTube search. Look at the YouTube search. Browse features. People are just browsing. 50% of my views are coming from them. Notifications, only 24%, they say. Views from notifications and emails sent to subscribers. So they're notifying just a couple of people, aren't they? You see what's going on? Very few people. So director unknown 2.4, channel pages 12.1, external 1.8. You see? So very few people, 24% it says of notifications, but how many people actually, what's 24% of 1,000 views in 2 weeks? It's about 250 views for out of the 25,000 subscribers. Do you understand how small that is? That's hardly nothing. You see, so anyway, there you go. I proved it how hard they are destroying my channel. And I want to tell you right now, I know I'm getting probably 100, 200, or 300 subscribers per day. They're not showing me that. They're destroying them right away, not notifying them that I have videos. And most of you who are listening to this video, you probably didn't even get a notification, and you might find out that you've already been desubscribed from this channel already. Otherwise, you would have been on the list that you subscribed to my channel. So anyway, without further ado, I wanted to pull up this article from Alex Jones on banned video. Very important. This is one of the biggest things. Alex Jones is talking about this. And it says the Trump White House has discovered that deputy, not Pam Bondi, Attorney General, but Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche is the deep state character who is stopping all and blocking Tish James, Attorney General of New York, and Comey and Brennan, all from stopping them from being prosecuted, blocking them all. And the deep state newspaper, the New York Times, they are praising him, okay? So he is one of the huge moles. And not only that, but if you actually look at attorney generals like Pam Bondi for the United States, she doesn't do the actual prosecutions. It's the deputy attorney general who does that, and that's him. Trump needs to get this jerk fired right away. This is why we have no prosecutions going on. He's blocking them all. And not only that, but January 6th, all those thousands of people that were imprisoned, and many of them died from torture from the January 6th protesters, this man is keeping a lot of them in prison. And he is an anti-Trumper 100%. Why doesn't Pam Bondi get rid of him? Because she's compromised too. I tried to tell you this before. Now, I wanted to show you some news from Gateway Pundit. So the latest news I'll go over recently, let me just reload the page. So is a deep state prosecutor who authored leaked Tish James memo was fired after she sent case files to her personal email account. The deep state and the Democrats are really nervous because they're counting on Todd Blanche to stop everything, but it's not going to work. They are like trying to tread water, and they are drowning. A nervous John Brennan responds to Jim Jordan's criminal referral. I'm sure he is very nervous. And a mystery billionaire who donated $130 million to pay our troops during shutdown has been identified. How wonderful of that. And the latest that just came in, Spain approves extradition of former UN official Vitaly Vancelbaum to the United States, accused of embezzling over $60 million in humanitarian funds and operating a bribery network. So much corruption. And Kamala Harris is considering another run, handing the presidency to Republicans. Very true by Gateway Pundit. And just came in this morning, UK Dystopia, an illegal sex offender from Ethiopia whose crime caused the Epping protests, is released by mistake from prison and now the object of a massive manhunt. The 1984 George Orwellian dystopian nightmare is here. That's why it says UK Dystopia. And President Trump does the Trump dance at the Kuala Lumpur red carpet welcome. And I forgot the name of this nation he went to visit and to do, in Malaysia. After a 23-hour flight from Washington, where he was warmly received by Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim with a fighter jet escort red carpet ceremony. And so they're all so glad to see him because Trump has signed a peace agreement he brokered between Cambodia and Thailand. And here at the Lincoln University in the United States, multiple victims reported in a shooting again. We have mass shootings almost every day now. The nation is majorly divided because of the propaganda going on for approximately 60 years, especially in the schools and colleges. Bill Mayer seems a little bit nervous about Zoran Mondani becoming the face of the Democrat Party, and that is true. That's who the Democrats have chose now. And he totally supports radical Islam and making it normal in the Big Apple, sort of like the knowledge, the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil in the Garden of Eden. They call it the Big Apple, New York. So that's what he wants. He wants radical Islam in New York. And a host on Fox News sends segment when leftist defends idea of calling Stephen Miller a Nazi Jew, and he says, "We're done here." This lady agrees that he's a Nazi Jew. The Jews are the ones who were slaughtered by 6 million in the World War II. And in the last 20 years, you have thousands of people trying to make videos and even movies that are streaming to try and prove that that is all a big lie, that the Jews were not, only a couple Jews were slaughtered, and that the Jews were actually part of the Nazi movement. Why do you think she is, this girl right here, this young lady is calling Stephen Miller, who is a Jew, a Nazi Jew? Because the truth has been turned upside down and made a lie. It was the Roman Catholic Church who honored Hitler for killing 6 million Jews, because the Roman Catholic Church secretly cloaked, it is actually modern Babylon, cloaked as a church to cover up their crime. They hate the Jews terribly, secretly. They'll never tell you that outright, but they hate the Jews. And I'm talking about the heads of the Roman Catholic Church. I'm not talking about the laity or the brethren of the Roman Catholic Church, okay? Roman Catholic Church is the whore of Babylon, Revelation 17. And God's going to destroy it 100%. You better come out of her if you are a Catholic, as Revelation 18:4 says. God says, "Come out of her, my people." Yes, there are some saved Christians in the Roman Catholic abomination church. Anyway, let's move on. So here we have the truth propaganda, even on Fox News, with Leland, I think his name is Leland Tittert or whatever. But, he ends the segment because she's calling a Jew a Nazi Jew for no reason, just because he's part of the White House administration. Senator John Fetterman has made a about face as a Democrat, and he's urging Republicans to nuke the filibuster to stop future shutdowns, says Congress should remove our power to close the government. The shutdowns was done 100% by the Democrats. But in the meantime, Trump has gotten rid of so many corrupt federal workers. But at the same time, it's hurting many, many people who are good people in the government, especially the military and many others. All federal workers are not getting paid and working for free. And the Democrats plan to keep this going forever. And they let the cat out of the bag because they plan to let it go on until they can crush Donald Trump. But it's not going to work. They just keep doubling down on stupid. Tommy Robinson out of the UK, he gets apartheid in Israel, can't enter the Al-Aqsa Mosque, but he poses as a Muslim quoting the Quran. Shame on him. Don't try to act like you're a Muslim, Tommy. when everyone knows you're not, that you're against radical Islam and the grooming gangs in the UK? Give yourself a break. You're just putting a bullseye over your head to be killed, because that's what apostate Muslims do by radical Islam. They will behead you or kill you. Don't pose as a Muslim. And Victor Davis Hanson and Rob Finnerty weigh in on Zoran Mondani and his true intentions. Mondani wants to normalize radical Islam, as I said earlier. And this man, Victor Davis Hanson, is very sharp. He's predicted many things true. And down in the corrupt Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson has full meltdown after a reporter uses term illegal alien, compares it to calling black people slaves. The truth turned into a lie, and the lies turned into truth. Propaganda, very strong. Anyway, I'm going to let you go through the rest. I just wanted to give you some latest news this morning and how YouTube has not changed one iota, really. And I know I'm definitely over the mark, and I know there many people are trying to subscribe to my channel again, you know, because I used to have 150,000 subscribers, and they froze me at 150,000 for 9 months way back in 2017. They kept it frozen at 150,000. It's all part of modern Babylon propaganda. Modern Babylon raised up Muhammad as a little boy to become a prophet, a fake false prophet. Something going on with my, for Muslim and the Islamic religion way back about 1600 years ago in the 4th century, 4th to 5th century. And modern Babylon, or the Roman Catholic Church, also is ruling the world, as the Word of God tells us, and has been guilty of slaying all of the prophets and the saints. Revelation 18:24. They have always been your enemy, but they're now cloaked as a church. And so many people believe it. Did you know the Roman Catholic Church is the largest faith in the world? You don't think that's really the truth, is it? They run the propaganda. They control the masses in what they believe to make them think the truth is a lie. What do you think is really going on? Use your brain, folks. There's not that many Roman Catholics. They're just trying to lie to you and make you think that nobody listens to Jim Beckwith on YouTube. It's the same thing, different day with them. Have a good day, and may the Lord bless.